Hey guys, John with MiniMotorsUSA. Today I'm super excited to be sharing with you the new 72 volt lineup of Dualtron Electric Scooters by Minimotors. Some been highly anticipated models for the last 9 months or so. They finally arrived. We're looking to get them in your hands soon. So a lot of people would call these 84 volt scooters due to the max charge on the packs being 84 volts. However, here we go in nominal terms. We're going to call them 72 volt scooters. That said, they're incredibly fast, 60 mile an hour plus fast. Please ride safe out there. These aren't going to be for everybody. On my left, we have the Dualtron Ultra 2. In the center, we have the Dualtron Storm. And over here on the side, we have the X2. I'm going to go through each model, figure out which one's right for you. So here we are. We got an Ultra 2 lined up next to a Storm. I think a lot of people are going to have some issues choosing between these two models, me included. They're both super fast. Now you're looking at 6,700 watts of peak power due to the increased voltage in the packs. Think about that versus a Thunder at 5,400 watts. Now you got a lot more juice running through these scooters. What they did, they're both going to run in dual drive only now. They moved the controllers to the back kicktail. Controllers are potted in resin. That's going to improve the waterproofing ability. And being in the back, it's also going to improve the heat shedding capabilities of the controllers. So around the motors, your tires are going to be interchangeable, both the tubeless setup. You can run streets on the Ultra 2s, you can run off-roads on the Storms, both really nice 11-inch ultra-wide tires. You have the same braking systems, essentially 160 millimeter discs, nut full hydraulic brakes. That coupled with the electronic brake and the regen brake, you're going to have no issues stopping these things. Both these scooters also share the same iThrottles, which Minimotor's known for. Tons of adjustability in these throttles, everything from the acceleration curve to the brake strength, brightness, top speed, you name it, these throttles do it. The Ultra 2 is coming in at 98 pounds. It's built on your traditional Dualtron frame with the exception of the back kicktail. So you get a reinforced stem, the headset's a tie rod setup, very safe, in my opinion, one of the best setups in the industry. The deck space of the Ultra 2, under there, it's now going to be a 72 volt, 35 amp hour pack. That's a 20% larger pack than the Thunder. Tons of range out of this scooter. On the front of the Ultra 2, you have 6 LED headlights. With the exception of the X, that's the most lighting out of any stock Dualtron. On the rear, you're going to have your hazard lights, your brake lights, and your tail lights. Here we are with the Dualtron Storm. This scooter is coming in at 100 pounds. A little bit heavier than the Thunder, still manageable weight. Basically on this scooter, they've reworked the whole frame. It's completely new design, the 4th generation of Dualtron. Basically everything from the arms to the way the wheels mount, the headset design, the swappable battery. There's a lot of design changes here. We'll go through them one by one. So the most noticeable feature that sets the Storm apart from all the other scooters, this is a first for Minimotors, a first for Dualtron, is the swappable battery. You've got your charge ports on the top, your voltmeter built into the pack, got a little keyed entry. So if you just open it up, it's going to pop right open. Under here, you've got your cable. You're just going to disconnect your cable, and your battery's just going to pull right out. This battery is 27 pounds. The swappable battery is going to be a really nice feature for those guys that live in walk-ups, want to pull the battery, charge it upstairs, you go to a coffee shop, you can bring the battery in with you, charge it up, collider sitting there. To install the pack, basically you just slide it into the back, slide it back a little bit. You're going to plug in your power cord here. And just watch that your cables are to the front of the pack. Push it down a little bit and lock it up. So you can see here they reworked the whole front arms. These motors now have quick disconnect motor cables. So if you pull this cover, you can actually get in there. You can disconnect the motor, pull the whole motor and rotor out. It's going to be really easy to swap your rotors if you ever need to do that. Speaking of rotors, it's now proprietary to Minimotors. It is a wider bolt pattern. What that does is actually the rotors are super stiff now, similar to the Dualtron Man, so you're not really going to be dinging your rotors as often. They're really going to hold the true a lot better than some of the other scooters. So I just wanted to show you the motors also. This is a removed motor from one of the Storms. What they did here, you can see the quick disconnect. This is a rear motor. This extra cable is for hall sensors on the rear. Similar to the X, that's going to make your initial acceleration much smoother than without hall sensors. It's a nice feature. So this is a rear. The fronts aren't going to be censored. The Storm is a completely new headset design. It is a double latch with a little shock. So when you pick it up, it's going to shock right down there. Just clamp this down. You also have a jam nut design on the headset, which is a little bit different than the tie rod assembly that we're used to in the past. Looks like a really nice design. The Storm, similar to the Dualtron X, has a new multi-switch. You have an on-off button for all your lights. You now have your turn signals. You have a horn. You have your hazards, as well as an eco turbo switch. Last but certainly not least, we have the Dualtron X2, the successor to the original X, the original Cadillac of electric scooters. On this model, they did make some improvements to the suspension. They also added some colored lights on the side. You can change all the colors there. You have some lighting around the wheels now. The stem is going to be 2 inches higher. In the stem, you've got your stem battery now running at 12 volts, where the last pack was 60 volts running through a 12 volt DC converter. I do like the 12 volt pack on this. You have a new multi-switch. People kind of know what they're getting when they're getting an X. It's the most badass electric scooter out there. Speeds in excess of 65 miles an hour now with the 72 volt, 42 amp hour pack. Excited to give it a try. Hope everybody enjoyed the first look at the new Dualtron 72 volt lineup. Subscribe, stay tuned for more. Let us know if we can ever help you out at MiniMotorsUSA.